just kind of the reasons why everything that you tell me in our practice is confidential, but there's certain circumstances where I would potentially be obligated to break confidentiality.
Okay.
So,
Be like, okay.
so it would be when if you disclose harm to yourself or to others,
Okay.
child abuse or neglect,
Okay.
if the court orders me to. So if there's something that you say and then the court asks me to release documents, I legally have to.
Okay.
Or yeah, any court orders, legal obligations, or if there's elderly abuse or disabled abuse,
Okay.
or if there's professional misconduct.
Okay.
Other than that, though, everything you say will be confidential.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so I get that you just said that you're feeling like very anxious about going back to work. Is there a specific reason for it?
Well, no, but I just feel like I'm a nurse and I work in a unit where like we deal with the same patients. It's an outpatient unit, so we deal with the same people, day in, day out. It's kind of nice. But I feel like I'm getting to the point where a lot of my close friends are retiring. So like a lot of them have left, and now I feel like I'm kind of like the senior person, and I just feel like my friends are gone. And before, work used to be really social for me, like it was a good way to see my friends, and like, yeah, it was a job, but it also was very social. And now they're all kind of retiring, and it's like me and a couple girls, and then the rest are like 20 somethings. And I just feel like we're in a different place. And my unit's changing a little bit too. Like I find it's very techy, very technology based now. We use a lot of technology in our nursing care, and I just feel like I'm not really a techie. Like I didn't even own a laptop before I started this job, so I feel like the learning curve is a bit there, and
Yeah.
maybe I should retire, but then I just feel like I like working and I don't really want to retire, but I just feel a little stressed with that.
I
And
totally.
I'm going back in a couple days, so like, and I'm already starting to feel that little pit in my stomach. So
Yeah, I definitely know that pit. Do you think that maybe, I know that these women are younger that are coming into the workforce, but even though you don't know the technology point of things, you have so much lived experience that you can offer that to them?
yeah, I feel like that because I feel like, I helped them out that way, and then they helped me out the other way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, so it sounds like, yeah, it's just kind of a bit of anxiety about going back to work and just about being a little bit behind and then seeing your friends just in, I guess, a different stage of life, technically, because they're all retiring and you're not there yet.
Yeah, and I'm kind of jealous because, like, they all did like the pension plan, but I didn't do the pension plan. Like, we were allowed to either go into pension or take the money. So I, took the money instead. And yeah, I've invested and I've done things, and I'm probably okay. But like now, I'm kind of jealous. Like they're leaving and they're getting like X amount of dollars every month, and I'm like, oh, I got to use my investment. So that's kind of the reason why I want to work a bit longer too. But then I feel like sometimes I don't want to go to work. I love my job, but I just feel like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just jealous. I think there's a bit of jealousy there, right? They're all my age and they're all starting to retire. And I'm like, oh my God, like there's only 3 of us that are left my age. The rest are 30-ish, 30 something.
Yeah, it's definitely, I can perceive like that it would be very difficult for you to be doing something when you're watching your friends retire and they're all doing things and you're just not there yet. But if you also look at it in like a positive light, you're learning new skills that they're not learning. You can use a computer now.
Yeah.
So that might not be the most positive thing about it, and I totally understand the way that you're feeling. But you can definitely learn as much as you're teaching these new students skills that they probably didn't learn in school because you're an on the floor nurse and you have been for a while. They're
Yeah.
also teaching you something, so you can look at it and it kind of like if you flip it around, you are
Yeah.
learning new things. So that's also
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm their mom. That's their
Well,
fault.
you know what?
They're all younger than they're the same age as my kids, so I feel like I'm with all my kids.
Is that a bad thing though?
You know, it's funny. I'm just trying to hook my son up with one of them. Just kidding. That's
Are you succeeding in that journey?
What's that?
Are you succeeding at that?
Succeeding? No, I'm not.
Maybe maybe one day.
Maybe.
Is that what you so how are your kids doing? Do you like them?
Yeah, my kids are great. We're all getting more independent and growing up. That's hard too, you know, empty nester. That empty nester syndrome.
Do you
That's
have
everything, you know.
do you have any
Some of my
like
friends, like their kids are starting to, you know, get married, have children, do that kind of stuff, and so like, you know, again, it's a different stage, right? They're all becoming grandparents, and I'm like, still working, and I got a dog.
well you got a dog at least.
Yeah.
And
good.
how does she make your life better or
I don't know. Again, like, you know, I like having her here because she's good company, and I am still working, but I'm still thinking that, you know, she's 6, so maybe in the next couple of years, you know, she's a big dog, so usually, you know, 10, 11, 12, and after that, I'll probably be ready to retire for sure and do more traveling and have a little more freedom. So I think that will be better, you know. I'll be tied down with a pet, so I don't think I'll be doing it again, but
no?
a good experience overall.
But like do you have other hobbies going on other than work and the dog?
Well, travel is a big one, and then I've started to do like I'll try to do a little bit more for myself. So now I'm like taking some yoga classes, and I haven't been very good the last month because I've been really busy. But yeah, new gym just opened up out here, so I'm gonna start going there, and I'm going to Bali in the fall, so gotta work on my yoga for that.
Yeah, you do. Have you found that yoga has been relaxing and kind of improved different areas of your life since you started doing it?
No.
Oh.
I went. I feel better. Like after I go to a class, I feel physically better, but I don't feel like I get into the mind frame that you're supposed to be a yoga person. I don't feel like my mind stops. I still feel like it's still running, and I'm thinking of everything I have to do. Like after yoga, I got to go home and do this and this and this and this and this. I can't turn it off when I'm in a yoga class, and it seems like everybody else there seems to be able to just chill out. But then I don't know, maybe their brains are still doing it, and I don't know what's going in their head.
Yeah, mines are a crazy place to be. What do you think we could do together and maybe meet up next week if you want to, that would help you ease your mind a little bit more and relax you because you're going back to work and you're doing yoga and it's not necessarily having those yoga benefits that a lot of people get from it. So what would make your mind more at ease?
I don't really know.
You don't
Not
really
really
know.
sure.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe when I start to feel overwhelmed, I could try something like just taking, 3 deep breaths or something. Like just you can do that anywhere, right? You can just walk away from a patient and go get something, and while I'm open the drawer to get something, I could just do 3 breaths or 4 breaths or 5 breaths. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
I
Not
heard of
really.
this really cool breathing technique that works for a lot of people. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I can email it to you.